The Fox Business host Charles Payne did an awesome segment on his show where he makes stuff up. So he's going to talk here about reparations. He's going to say Obama's in favor of it. He's going to present zero evidence, and he's just going to run with it.
On Tuesday, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel announced a package of reparations to victims of former Chicago police commander Jon Burge, who, well, these things occurred from the early 1970s to the 1990s. The $5 million is going to be spread out mostly to blacks who can prove that they were victims of his abuse. Now, the news in my mind is a glimpse of really much bigger news that's going to come from the White House. I'm saying next year I'm leaning toward, I think there's going to, be an official apology from the White House for slavery in America, and then there's going to be a major push to get cash, and I'm talking lots of cash. Ever since General William Sherman's special field order on January 16, 1865, of 40 acres and a mule to the blacks at Sea Island, Georgia, it has been a promise, well, it's been seen as a promise by the federal government that's never been fulfilled. Many, including those closest to President Obama, will push him to make this happen, and they're going to say, by the way, it wouldn't be the first time America has paid out a lot of money in reparations for the wrongs that they did to other people. I actually think it would be a major mistake. Instead, President Obama really should discuss and focus on all the progress that we've made and how all Americans need to move forward for better days for all of our kids. All right, guys, that's one that I think is going to be big news. And remember, you guys are going to say, golly, Charlie called it first, Scotty. When it does happen, what's your position?
My position is, sure, slavery was a horrible thing that happened, but this is not going to help race relations in the United States today. This is not going to help the dialogue. And now it would be different if residents today were affected themselves because of something that happened back in the 1800s. But unfortunately, now all it's going to do is cause more tension amongst the races.
What do you think, Dave?
I think the tone should be, if we keep focusing on the past, we probably won't reach our destiny. We need to focus on the future.
But they're not doing reparations. That clip is amazing. It shows you Fox News in a nutshell, man. Make something up and then just run with it. So the conversation started with a real situation, how they had a torture chamber in Chicago. The police were torturing people in Chicago. So now they're doing reparations to people who were affected by that. First of all, the fact that you're against that or anybody's against that, you must be a stupid person. You're either lying or you're a stupid person. Because who could be against that? The police in Chicago tortured this person. Should they give him some reparations? No, I'm against that. Why would you be against that? He was tortured. You're not allowed to torture people. I'm just against it. So that was the original conversation. And then he goes, this is leading into a bigger thing where I'd say, you'd say, what? How's that relevant? You'd say, I don't give a fuck what you say. What's actually happening? I'd say the White House is going to give reparations in 2016. But that's not what they said. You just said it. That's not what they said. They've said nothing about that. And then you go back to the couch. All right, guys, when reparations happens, what's your position going to be? But there isn't reparations. What are you talking about? That's amazing. That's amazing. Look, liberal networks have their problems. You would never see that happen on liberal networks. Ever. Let's have a panel discussion about something that didn't happen like it's happening and like it's been proposed. And just, they go on, man. That clip goes on. They have like a 5-minute discussion. My position on reparations is that I think President Obama should do. President Obama's done. See, this is the thing. Obama can't get a break. Obama cannot get a break from Republican idiots. Because like we discussed it the other day, Fox News did a segment where they attacked Obama for cutting George Bush's deficit. I'm sure when Obama got in office, if you told him, hey, man, you're going to cut Bush's deficit and they're going to attack you for it, he would have laughed at you. He would have been like, come on, I know the Republicans are a little out there, but they like deficit cutting. They say they do, so they're going to give me credit on that. No, they're just like, no, it's bad that you cut the deficit. You always talk about how you love deficit cutting, but when he does it, now we don't like it. See, now, so he said bupkis on the issue of reparations, and they're like, God damn Obama, and he's going to do reparations in 2016. I'm against this. He didn't say he was going to do it. You said it. I can't. I can't deal with this. And then also, I don't know if you caught it, Charles Payne also goes, I think there's going to be an official apology from the White House on slavery. Okay. Again, there hasn't been, but let's say there is one of those. You would be against it? Who could be against that? You could pass a bill tomorrow that says, white America, it's mandatory for them to apologize for slavery 100 times every year. And I'd be like, I'm on board with that. I mean, that's... it was fucking slavery. It was slavery. Yes, you apologize. You apologize as much as possible for it. It's the most grotesque thing you could ever do on this earth. But he's like, yeah, the White House is going to do an apology, an official apology for slavery. Outrageous. What the fuck do you want them to do? Spike a football in the end zone and do a dance?